I want to touch on this too, because the gentleman's code, right? We got to talk about the fucking mindset of being a competent individual man in this world. So brotherhood's important, and doing the things that continue to keep you hungry to get to that next level of life is important. So, we were out here in Vegas, and I'm talking to Martin, like I said, we'll try to get him on the podcast here soon. And, we're reflecting on where we were in the past compared to now and what we're able to do. One of the places that we went last night was Delilah's. So Delilah's is this class dinner spot in the Wynn, and it's very exclusive, very tucked away, not advertised at all. Very few people know about it, and there's no flash photography inside. You can't have your phones out. It is very hush, posh, but gorgeous restaurant, live music, old school, like old Vegas 40s, 50s style with the old microphones, and they have live musicians, a girl singing, they got the jazz band playing. All the waiters and waitresses are in full suits. The girls are looking beautiful. They got the dancers, the go-go dancers around the whole place. Shit's out of a movie. It's a restaurant out of a movie. And I'm sitting there talking to Martin, and we're not drinking, we're not drunk, we don't drink, we're ordering all the appetizers on the menu, we're spending hundreds of dollars on food, and we're talking and we're saying to ourselves, this is exactly what being a gentleman is like. You go to a restaurant like this, we're dressed to the nines, got our designers on, got our Rolexes on, we're eating good, not even looking at the prices on any of the food. Like, that's the level that you want to get to in life and enjoy those sorts of experiences, and that reminds you, this is what being a gentleman's all about. It's not about being a lazy bum and doing nothing with your life and going to the pub, local bar, and drinking with your friends. No. A gentleman is going to Vegas, hitting the Wynn, hitting Delilah's, just the gentleman, enjoying, watching, having our espressos, eating it's just that whole experience. You can't give that to somebody. You can't even explain it to somebody unless you were there. And that's what I look at as being a gentleman is, how can I have the pinnacle of the human experience and with the gentleman, with my brothers around me? That's the best. You can't beat that. So we didn't go to Delilah. No. Yeah, I didn't learn about Delilah's until like 2 years ago. So we weren't there whenever you came to Vegas.
We went to that one spot in Resorts World. Remember, it was the grand opening when we were there, and we went to that one little back room club.
I was just there last night too. We went to Resort
Really?
World. Yes. Dude, I was telling Martin, I said, when Bobby was out here, I said it was the opening week, the first time they ever opened Resort World. And me, and Denora went in there, and that night was fucking absurd, bro. Absurd. Yeah, that shit was hilarious. I stayed there till 6, 7 in the morning playing craps, I remember. And you guys left, and I just said, I'm going to keep playing. Because I was up. I was up, Brad. So I played till 6, 7 in the morning, and they were still building the property. It wasn't done. They were doing construction while we were there.
Yeah.
And
Probably on
so
the top floor, suite level stuff, probably getting finished up.
exactly. So my phone had died, so I wasn't able to get an Uber back to I did not know what to do. And so I made it somehow up to the top level and outside, and I was so fucking tired. And I fell asleep on a bench up outside. Yeah, like a fucking bum. I fell asleep on a bench, and then I got woken up a few minutes later by these dudes with fucking hard hats on. The construction people coming to work the next day. They're like, "Hey, buddy, you gotta get up, bro. You can't be here. You can't be here." I'm like, what? Dude, it's fucking 9 a.m. I'm sleeping on a fucking bench. They're trying to build this building. Get the fuck out of here, guy.
I thought that night we ended up going back to your place together. No, was that not the night?
You did, but without me.
Oh, because I remember the night you were playing craps, but and then that was the night we went to that little bar club in Resorts World, I thought. And then I don't know, I guess we just
No,
because I
yeah.
thought that was the night that we have that picture of you and Denora holding the money outside. It was like 9:30 in the morning.
That was another night. That was the night when we saw Tyga at.
Oh yeah, that was Rack City, bitch.
Yeah. That was at the MCM Grand. That was that night.
Yeah.
So we came out from Taiga. We went to the craps table. I wanted all that bread from craps.
Yeah, 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 that's what it was.
And then we walked out. It was 6, 7 in the morning. We're like, oh, what the fuck? It's
It's
already
light
morning.
out.
Yeah, light out. That's the best. That's the best. Vegas, you come out, you start the night at the casino and you leave and it's fucking bright out. You're like, what the fuck happened? Dude, but yeah, Vegas is good. But it's great to see that level up, and that's what it's about. It's about loyalty, it's about brotherhood, and it's about just being a gentleman. That whole it's a different life experience, right? You get to choose who you are in this life and what kind of character you want to be. And that's the character you chose, I chose, Martin chose. It's just gentlemen, just living the best experience that a man can experience. That's what I'm interested in.
Yeah,
Nothing
one
less.
of the main things is like you say, dressing up. Every time somebody sees you out, they go, "Wow, he's dressed up." Every time I see him, he looks great. He smells great. He's never stumbling over himself, drunk,
Yep.
stumbling all over the place. Looking he's dressed up professional, pulls up in his brand new car, whatever it might be. So just like you're saying that it's that persona of being a gentleman and talking to people with class and shaking their hand, looking them in the eyes, having a conversation over dinner, whatever it is. And like you're saying, those are the most memorable nights because you could actually one, you could actually remember them because you're not
Right.
shit faced, but it's because you're actually making memories and you're out having experiences, and especially in places like Las Vegas and Miami. And I think we should honestly do a New York trip one time. I think it's about that time because there's so many great spots in New York in terms of food, fine dining like that, but also just espresso spots and nightclubs that you could sit down and just have a good time at. I think that's long overdue, for the lads to hit a New York trip, but we will one day. We got a lot of stuff on our plate that we got to take care of, but that's definitely on the bucket list.
I'm on that. I'm in for that because I've still not done New York, and everybody tells me that that's got to take place. That has to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
New York's a vibe,
Yeah.
especially for shopping too. We'll save that for a real shopping trip.
Beautiful. I'm in. I'm in. And so, yeah, so that was a great experience with Delilah's. And yeah, so that's what I would encourage the gentleman to do is make sure you're the character in the game that you want to be. You can customize your character in real life. Don't wait till GTA 6 comes out before you start building your next fuck the video game. How about your real life is the GTA game? How about your real life is where you upgrade? The real life is where you have the Lambo, the McLaren, the penthouse suite at the best casino in the country, and you're going to Delilah's with a honey and with a gentleman. Like that's the experience that you want to have. That's where the adventure comes from too. What's the adventure that you're on as a man, right? My greatest fear in life is not dying. It's getting to that point and not having a story to tell, not having a story to give to my children and my grandchildren of this fantastic adventure of a life that I had, the man that I was, what I grew into, the gentleman that I became, the money that I made, the trips that I had went on, the family that I had built. That's what's going to be exciting at the end of my life is talking about the adventure that I went on, the fact that I haven't, worked a job in however many years and moved to all these different cities and traveled the world and gone to Europe and drove these cars. That's the adventure of it. It's like, what are you doing with your time? What are you doing with your energy?
Yep. And that's the main thing is like some people are gonna look back and be like, wow, I could have done this or I could have done that, but I didn't because of XYZ. Because it'll probably be because I was just too scared or I was too lazy. A lot of it will be, oh, because I didn't have enough money. That's one thing I don't ever want to have to say is, oh, I didn't do this because I didn't have enough money, or I can't do that because I don't have enough money. That is the worst pain I think I could ever have is, I can't do that unless it's something extravagant like, oh, I couldn't get on the yacht this summer because well, it's whatever. That's something different. But like when you get older and you want to do those things, you want to travel, you want to see the world, you want to enjoy extravagant luxury things. You're gonna have to spend a little money, so you have to get your finances right, and that's part of being a gentleman. Is the part of being a gentleman is it's work hard, it's play hard, it's definitely making your money, but it's also you have to spend your money to live that life and to tell those stories. Experiences cost money. That's just how it is. And that's fine. I'm willing to spend the money. You can't take that money when you die anyway. So learn to make it, learn to save it, learn to spend it accordingly, and we'll all have great lives and we'll have great experiences.
Exactly. So I'm thinking I had another point I was going to make with the pinnacle of the human experience is Okay, this is what it was. Yeah, there's two ways you can choose to live your life that are actually worthwhile. The one way is the way that my grandfather had done it. My nonno was he didn't need money because he chose to enjoy and care about the things that did not require it. So he
Mm.
never had a he never he worked for himself. He was his own tailor, had his own tailor shop, but he never made more than 20, 30, $40,000 a year. Okay, but why was he free though as a man? Why did he still live a meaningful life to 101 years old? Because he didn't need money to have the life that he wanted. He had the life that he wanted. It just didn't require him having a lot of money. So the money
Yep.
wasn't a problem. On the flip hand side, the life I'm choosing to live is the life of true freedom through financial freedom. Being able to experience all the finest luxuries in the world, driving the nicest cars, being around the best women. That's my end of the spectrum. That's going to require enough money where you're financially free. That's the other bit of freedom, where you still don't work for anybody. You do what you want, right? In both scenarios, you work for yourself. You end up building something for yourself. You live the way that you want to live. That's the true freedom. The issue is that most 99% of people get stuck in between those two different realities.
Yep.
They want all the fantastic, nice things, and they want to drive the nice cars, they want to have the nice house, and they want to become financially free and rich, but they never actually do what's required for those things. And so they get stuck right in the middle where they do need money. So they always have to work a job, but never their own business or their own or enough money. It's just you get stuck in the middle. So you're not free because you still have a boss. You work for somebody else, but you can't have all the things that you want. So you're not satisfied and you get trapped in that middle ground. You got to make a decision to do one or the other. You either have to have zero relationship and zero need for money to be free, or you have to have so much that it doesn't matter what anything
Yeah.
costs because you can do anything that you want because you have so much money. It's one or the other. You have to be, that's the only way you can live a fulfilling life is you just got to choose one of those two. It has to be on the extremes, right?
Yeah, because a lot of people, especially like you're saying, people that work 9 to 5 jobs, they say it's like, oh, well, I don't need, this. I don't need all this money. It's like, well, you do need it because obviously you're working, if you're working 40, 50 hours a week, you need that money. That's why else are you working that much unless you need that money, right?
Mm-hmm.
So people have a contradiction. They say, oh, like rich people, all they care about is money. Well, it's like, well, all everybody cares about is money because everybody's working at 9 to 5 job, or some people work more. Some people work 70, 80 hours a week to make $150,000 a year. Do you really think that's worth it? Like when I was working in public accounting, that's who these people were. That was their lives. They wanted to work 80 hours a week for public companies that paid them and paid me, paid them shit. And that was their life. And I knew right then and there, I was like, this is not the life for me. Absolutely not. 100%. And so that's when you get on these journeys where it's like, I need to start self-educating and I need to understand these things and I need to be able to put myself in a position that I could work for myself, build a personal brand, and be able to break out of this, that I don't need a company or need a business to line my pockets to make me survive. So I think that should be the goal of every person who is in that situation, maybe stuck in that place that you talked about. Because how do you become financially free? It's one, having a personal brand that people want to associate their business with. So either they pay you or you build a system in terms of a business at the highest level is a system that generates money. So you need to understand that you could either set yourself up as a personal brand to be able to attract businesses that want to work with you, that want to pay you, or people that want to work with you, people that want to pay you, or you design a system, which a lot of people that are maybe introverted will do. They build coding systems. Think of Mark Zuckerberg. He designs Facebook and he built a system that now generates billions of dollars of revenue a year. So now he's able, as an introvert, he's not going to. Oh, I'm
It's
lagging.
freezing up. You're freezing up. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I got you.
You back?
I think I'm back.
Yeah, yeah, I hear you.
So yeah, so long-winded, but that was the point. I think I'm still frozen on my end, but long-winded answer: build a system or build your brand enough that you don't have to, work all your time away for money.
Right. Exactly. Yeah, and you're right. That's the thing. People say they don't care about money, but then they work a job. Now, if you really didn't care about money, and you don't need money. You'd be a fucking monk living in the mountains, living off of the land, literally not needing any money because you just live off of the land and you're a spiritual individual, which I'm sure is a fantastic existence for those monks who choose to do that because they're at peace with the life that they're living. You just can't you. It's a psyop. It's a cope mechanism saying that, oh, I don't need that much money or I don't care about money. But then, like you said, living in a capitalistic society. Listen, if you're in a capitalist society and you're adhering to that model of society, you care about money. You need money. Like you said, that's why you work. My grandfather, he didn't have the job. He worked for himself. He only made just enough to be able to feed the family. But all he cared about was art, music, food. It genuinely did not matter to him any type of physical. It didn't. And him, the value was in intellect, was in his ability to be an artist and intellectual individual. That's being free from the system. But yeah, no, if you're working a job and you're making money and you're paying your bills, and that's you are dependent on money whether you want to admit it or not. So if you're truly not dependent on it, you'd work for yourself or you'd go be a priest or go live off of the land somewhere and just live off the grid. That would be true. Okay, I'm outside of the system, right? So if I'm going to choose to play this capitalistic game, well, I'm going to compete at the highest levels. I'm going to win the game and I'm going to compete and I'm going to make money and then I'm going to do all the fantastic things with that money that I can. So I understand that that's the game that I'm in, right? To be able to win the game, you got to first admit to yourself that you're playing the game, right?
Yeah.
Like if you're going to exist in the Western civilization and be a part of a capitalistic society, you have to admit to yourself you're a part of the game. So instead of not trying to win, start trying to win and at least move up the ladder and get to a position where you can do whatever you want. One last thing I'll mention too, with the fallacy of I don't need the money. A lot of people think they don't need the money because they don't need it right this second. The issue is that they haven't encountered a catastrophe yet or been put in a situation financially where now they do need it and now they don't have time to go get it. What happens whenever your mother gets cancer or your father gets fucking cancer or your wife gets sick or your kids need to go to college, or what happens when all these things that aren't currently right in front of your face start happening and then you do need that money, right? Just because you don't need it right this second doesn't mean you don't need it. It's just because you haven't put yourself in a situation where you had to use it.
That's a great point because if something happens like that and you need to take 3 months off of work, 6 months off of work, how are you going to survive? How are you going to pay your bills? So things, emergencies like that happen all the time. And, the sad part is that these companies, they'll replace you. They'll get rid of your job title. They'll kick it to the curb. They'll hire someone new, someone younger, someone cheaper. That's just the reality of corporate America, corporate business, is that you're just a number realistically, and they'll replace you. And it means everything to you because you have to pay for everything in your life. And a lot of people take pride in their jobs, which is great. No matter what they do, if they're chopping down trees or they're a plumber or whatever, a lot of people take pride in what they do. But if you get fired from that, then you're not only missing the financial aspect, you might be missing a part of you that like wakes up every day excited to go to your job or whatever it is. So if you could find your passion, find what you love to do every single day, but it also makes you money while you sleep, while you're doing it, that's the best case scenario you could have, to have that financial freedom to go out then and do whatever you want to do. Maybe it is art, maybe it's cars. You could express yourself once you have that financial freedom to go be able to do that.
Fuck yeah. Well, the gentlemen are fucking bullish, Bobby. The gentlemen are bullish. Vegas is good. Miami is good. I'm glad that I'm going to likely be down there in South Florida with you pretty soon, so that's going to be huge for us. And, I mean, outside of that, I think that's a banger episode. You got anything else you want to rip?
No, man, that's it. That was a great episode, and we got a lot on the horizon, like we talked about. There's so much work to be done to develop these systems and to, keep making money and to keep growing the Taylor's Code. That's something I'll mention is, if you guys are watching us and you watched all the way, first of all, congratulations. You got a lot of juice in this episode, so thanks for being here. But if you're not subscribed, make sure to subscribe on YouTube and like the video wherever you're watching this at. And make sure to go check out our link in our description so you guys can see all of the products I have on our website. And the access to the Taylor's Code the most important piece to be able to talk to me and Priyama day in and day out. And let us know what you guys are looking for. Are you guys looking for more e-commerce content from me? What are you looking for? Like, what is going to help you get over the hump in terms of getting out of that 9 to 5 job that you hate? Like, what is it that you need? What is it that you guys want to see from us? Please drop it in the comments below as well. And we'll make sure to make more content of that.
Yeah. Yeah. Put yourself in an environment that's going to get you excited for life. The guys inside the Discord are excited about life. They're excited about opportunity. They're positive. They're winning. They're making money. You get access to me, Bobby, Logan,
Very
everybody
true.
inside. It's huge. Surround yourself with those people. The negativity, I'm telling you, negativity plagues your life right now, and you might not even realize it. The people around you are not winning at a high level. The people around you don't look at life as opportunity, as positivity. You got to be around winners. Again, you want to start coming on trips with me and Bobby. You want to come meet us in Vegas. You want to go to Miami. You want to start to expand your horizons. You want to start to win, make more money. This is where you got to be at. Join the network, connect with us, meet with us. We'll do live trainings inside the Discord. We'll obviously work with you one-on-one on your businesses. Bobby with your e-commerce, auditing your business. Me with the crypto, showing you how to make money in DeFi, showing you how to make money through the assets that we're investing into, what my portfolio looks like. Everything that you need to make money is inside. You simply just need to use the resource, okay? So be honest with yourself. Understand that what you're doing right now is clearly not working as well as it could have. Also, the one other thing I'll mention too, this is huge. Inside the Discord, I'll also put you in a position to generate an income. If you're looking for a better opportunity work-wise and you want to get into the sales industry or you want to start to build your own business, I will also show you how to do that outside of independent of crypto. So I'm talking like actually get you into the insurance industry or get you into the sales industry, show you how to make $20,000, $30,000, $40,000 a month in income from sales, from building an agency that you can sell down the road. That's a completely different realm that you can also make money in. So that's huge. I'll put you in a position to do that, right? And you can be 18 years old and do that. You could be 50 years old. You could be fucking speaking Spanish and no English. You could do that. Bro, these people in the insurance industry print money, print. So if you're looking for the income side of things, join for that. Income side of things, join with the e-commerce. If you're looking to invest and generate and grow your wealth, because you're already making 30, 40, 50,000 a month, great. Then we'll do the crypto. Then we'll go that route. But I just want to make sure I let people know that it's more than just networking and be a part of a winning organization. It's also getting you an income and making you money so you can escape and be more valuable to the organization. Selfishly, we want you to make money so you can be more value to the organization. We don't want broke people in here. We don't want people not making money. No.
Bleeding resources.
Yeah, exactly. No. When you get brought into the network and you join, we're going to show you how to make money because we want you to make money selfishly because that's better for everybody. So, yeah, huge. But outside of that, good to go.
That's all I got. We'll see you guys next week. I'll be live on Sunday afternoon as well. So make sure to tune in then. That's all I got though.
Bang. I'm going to hit him with a little Mr. Producer and then show him a little background.